Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know where we are? Do you know where we are today? We are here in Centro Histórico, about 2 blocks up or 2 blocks down from El Zócalo. Zócalo is where I just started pointing from, Palacio Nacional and all of that. We'll get there soon enough. So this is a traveler's warning. Travelers be warned, and some tips. And this is Traveling Eddie, and we're going places, baby. What's up? So I want to give you some travel tips today and some warnings. Basically, it's a big warning. So let's go. I got my microphone connected to my phone on the gimbal here and on the shirt. That's a school there for pastors, people who want to be pastors. That's a school from what I could gather the other day. And this here is a museum. Museo de la Ciudad de México. Look at that big door. Wow. So, guys, just remember, subscription to the channel is free. You can subscribe below. There's a subscribe button there that says subscribe in red. And also right down below the screen here, there's a like button for like or unlike or dislike. So if you like this video, at the end, I'll ask you again. If you liked it, give it a like. It helps the video get out to more people. Remember to leave comments below if you want to, so you can interact with the community and the community with you and me. And please share this on your social media networks. And let's go. So let's talk about that. So, guys, I'm traveling through Mexico. I've done it in India before, and I'm traveling through Mexico right now. And, many of us travelers, we book places to stay through the different platforms. I'm not going to mention the names, but we book stays through different platforms. And one thing that people really don't know about that is that a lot of times people, the hosts that are offering a room in their home or in their apartment or house inside, don't tell you the absolute truth. Look at the building sinking. Most of Mexico City's built on a lake or 2 lakes. So if you can look at it, this building, I can see it, but I don't know if you can see it. It is sinking, just like many buildings. So they don't tell you the truth. And then I had this experience with this stay where I'm staying at now, that when I booked it through the site, I'm not going to say the name, I almost did. I asked the person, I say, hey, look, it's very important for me. I'm an English language teacher online. I teach English Monday through Fridays, so I need a very nice, quiet environment. Is the neighborhood or wherever this apartment is located, this home is located, is it quiet? Is it serene? And inside as well, is it quiet? Are you guys quiet? Or do I get a lot of noise in my room? Stuff like that. And the guy says, no, I'm a teacher too. I teach also, I'm an educator. So yeah, the area is quiet and everything, so no problem. Go ahead and book. So I did it because I asked the guy straight out through a text message on that platform, and the person lied to me. I get there and there's noise basically every day. And even he makes noise and is inconsiderate, because I told him my sleep was very important too. This person stays up until like 10 or 11 p.m. and talking on the phone and working and listening to 2 or 3 audio devices at the same time. Listening to his cell phone like music, working on the computer, listening to some of the things he did that are recorded online. And this avenue, I forgot what this avenue is called. 20 de Noviembre. The 20th of November. This is the one that comes from somewhere down there and goes all the way up into El Zócalo with all that decoration, just so you know where we are. So the guy makes noise and sometimes even has a TV on, 3 audio devices on. And I'm an early bird, I go to bed, and I told the dude, I go to bed early, so I need to sleep well because I got to wake up for 6 a.m. classes, 6 or 7 a.m. classes. Oh, yeah. Lies. So the point is, a lot of these people will deceive you on these platforms. They will deceive you, and then you can't get your money back because, there's this clause that you don't get your money back after a certain date. So you go in, and if you make a claim with the company or the platform, usually they give you the runaround from the stories I've read from people leaving comments and even other comments on other like blogs on the internet about these different platforms. So, if you really have the money, just rent yourself an entire apartment or a studio to yourself if you have the money. If you want to avoid the hotel situation, just to do that. And if not, then you're gonna have to suck it up like me, because then I really got suckered. Because then after that, I didn't want to do use the platform anymore, and I asked the person, hey, before I found out all the craziness about this person, and I made this big monumental mistake. I said, hey, I want to stay in this city for 3 months. Can we do a rental contract for 3 months? And I'll save money, you and everything, because this site and these sites charge too much money. Oh yeah, no problem. So we did it. So 1 month security deposit plus the month's rent, and then that security deposit went towards the last month of rent in the 3-month contract. And then all these little things came into play that I didn't know about. And then another thing is that people are, dirty. I mean, I'm a clean guy. I'm a very clean guy. And if you don't want to share a bathroom, that's really another headache. Another travel warning tip. If you're booking a site, a room, a stay, and says one shared bathroom, the apartment or the home only has one bathroom, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Especially if there are other people living there, like 2 or 3 people living in that place in addition to you. And 2 or 3 people in addition to you, and you got to wait for the bathroom to take a shower, to do number 2, to do number 1, to do a combo. I'm like, do you guys want to go through that? I mean, it's crazy. It's like in that movie, what was it? Nomadland. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm saying. If you've seen that movie, if you haven't, check it out. Nomadland. That woman, she's living out of her little van, and she has to use a bucket to do number 2 and number 1. So I was like, almost thinking the other day, I'm about to burst here. I'm about to burst. I need to do number 2. I'm like, where's a bucket? But I held it in long enough. It sucks. So, hey, my face was like, I'm about to blow up with number 2. So, guys, so far, if you like the advice I'm giving you, give it a like. If you don't, don't. So if you got the money, rent yourself a place, or at least if you don't have a lot of money, but you still can rent a place inside somebody's home, then get yourself, it says private room, and then confirm with the host before you book it, before you pay for it, that if it has a private bathroom. Because if not, then you're going to have trouble with that person. You tell them, I'm going to have trouble with you if the room doesn't have a private bathroom. This is El Zócalo, for those of you who don't know. That's the National Palace, Palacio Nacional, where the president works out of. Doesn't live there, does live there, I don't know. This is the decoration they put up back on August 13th this year, for the 500 years of commemoration for the sad event about Tenochtitlan falling to the Spanish conquistadors and their idiots. And anyway, that's another story. And there's the Metropolitan Cathedral right there that is also sinking, and the other church to the side. And over there towards the right, behind the church on the right side, behind that church, if you go 1 block in and through a street, you see the remains of Templo Mayor of Tenochtitlan. It's just the remains, the base. They knocked down the whole temple, the whole pyramid, and all the thing that was here. There was a whole city here, Tenochtitlan, that was ruled by the Aztecs, the height of the Aztec Empire, before it fell, in a sense, in terms of the government part, to the Spanish, Hernan Cortez and all of that. So that's my thing. Just make sure that the bathroom is private, and ask, is it really quiet? I don't want problems with you. Is it really quiet? And don't book for a month. Don't book for 2 months. Don't even book for 2 weeks. My recommendation, only book for 1 week. If you need to book it, if you need to secure it. Or if you want to do like some other traveler vloggers do, or travelers, they just arrive in the city and they just know which area to go to from information they've researched or what people have told them, and they look for the cheapest place to stay, a hotel or a hostel or something. But if you don't want to play that game and you want something secure that you know you're going to have you don't want to hassle around with that, you don't want to haggle some prices, then you book it, but make sure it's only for a couple of days, just so you can get a feel for the neighborhood and for the atmosphere inside the apartment, what kind of host you're going to have. But if you really have the money, then just get a place for yourself or just book a hotel room. And that's it. At least you can fight with management and get a refund immediately. But with these platforms, you're going to have hell to pay from what I've read. I haven't experienced it myself. Also, if hot water is an issue and you need hot water, some of these places say they have hot water, but then they don't, or they don't mention anything about it. And if you really need hot water for hot baths, hot showers, or hot shower basically, because most of these places don't have a bathtub around the world. I'm not just talking about Mexico, I'm talking about around the world, India, Colombia, the US, whatever. They don't have hot water sometimes. Or they say they do, but they haven't updated that thing and it's broken, so make sure you secure that. Mexico City is not a good time to visit if you have issues with cold weather, because in December and January and February, it's winter here, because this is North America, and this is on a higher plane. It's about 1,300 feet above sea level, or 1,800, I don't know what it is, 2,000 feet, I think it's 2,000 feet, no, 2,000 meters above sea level, whatever. So it's all those issues. Now, here, as a traveler, if you're traveling around here, I'm doing this with my GoPro, my gimbal, so for stabilization, so it doesn't look shaky and crazy and you get dizzy. If you're behind Palacio Nacional, don't go there with a gimbal and a camera out or GoPro behind there, because that's where a lot of informal economy workers work. More informal economy workers. They're not formal workers. They don't have a salary. They get paid on a day-to-day basis in terms of what they are able to sell, because they're selling their own things on the street, knockoffs, bootleg movies, bootleg music on MP3 format and everything. So be careful. In that area, that's all good, because if you go that way, you go towards Palacio de Bellas Artes, you go towards Paseo La Reforma, all that is safe to go vlogging. But if you go in that direction, like along this street here, along the Palacio Nacional, in front of it, and you go along that, and you continue walking all the way that way, you're going to hit Tepito. Tepito is going to be on the other side of the metro station entrance to Garibaldi metro station or Lagunilla. But it's there, all the way like 8-10 blocks down that way, and it's a labyrinth of things. And if you try to pop out your camera and do things, a lot of the underworld dealings are taking place over there, money laundering and all kinds of shenanigans. And that's why they don't want their face to be on video, because of facial recognition software and things like that. And that's going to put you into trouble, get you into trouble, because they're going to come up to you like it happened to me the other day. Somebody even left a comment, hey, where's the proof? You're talking a lot of nonsense. You're talking garbage. Show us the proof. How can I show people this proof? What am I going to go do? Go to the guy that's coming up to threaten me? Hey, are you okay with coming out on camera because you're threatening me? It doesn't work that way. I didn't even record the guy. He came up from behind me and said something, so I didn't point the camera in his face. So it's up to you if you want to see what I'm talking about or not, if you want to believe it or not. If you don't see what I'm talking about is true, go and experiment yourself, and you'll see what kind of trouble you might or will get into. My travel tip is travel, do vlogs, video recordings where you understand it's safe. Ask the locals. Or even when you walk into one of those areas that looks a little shady, ask a couple of people. It doesn't guarantee you won't get into trouble, but you'll have a better feel. And go with what you feel. Your spidey senses. Spider-Man, wherever you are, Spider-Man, your spidey senses. And if you don't have spidey senses, then you're just going to have to roll with the luck. Food in those areas like Tepito or those other areas where they're far away from tourism, there's a lot of craziness going on behind this, like 3, 4, 5, 7 blocks behind that, 10 blocks, or in that direction towards Pino Suarez metro station, where the little temple is for the Hecatl wind god. And you can buy tacos. They say 6 tacos, little tacos, not big tacos like in the States or Canada, small little tacos with meat and vegetables for like 10 pesos, I heard yesterday when I was walking through there and I made a video. That's 50 cents. $1 is 20 pesos, 10 pesos is 50 cents US. And we're going to go that way, and you're going to see Templo Mayor. This is going to be a long video, I see already, but I'm giving you as much advice as I can with my personal experiences. And like I said, if you want to sleep at night and everything, you want something private, quiet, no noise coming from the living room. Your bedroom cannot be facing the living room. In a lot of these places in Mexico City, if you get something cheap or anywhere around the world, they're going to be small homes. My best advice to you is, if you have to get something in like a bedroom or something that is not a hotel, then make sure, like in India, most of the places I stayed in India, the rooms were separate from the home, attached to the building, but not inside the home. You didn't go inside the people's home. I remember in India, most of those places, you didn't go into that person's home. They love their privacy. And you were down on a different floor from theirs, and they even had a door to close it in at night so that you wouldn't wander off at night upstairs into their home space. And in addition to that, oh look, here in Mexico City, another thing, travel tip, warning for your health. Even if you think you got the right of way, the traffic light for the pedestrian, pedestrian sign light is green, don't just cross willy-nilly style like in the US, because you're gonna probably have an accident or get killed. And it has happened before here and all over the world. So I recommend you are very careful in crossing. Look both ways. Even look up in case a helicopter is going to land on you or something. Well, that's a joke. The other days when I had my bad experience was down that way. That's all our police presence and everything because of the government. The president, 2 blocks down that way on the left, going left. That's where I got that person approaching me and telling me that I couldn't do a video. And he said, no video, no video. He came up on a motorcycle, no helmet. And there were like 10 or 15 cops, police officers, 10 meters away. Not even 10 meters away, like 8 meters away. But they don't care. They just come up to you and say, hey, in the broken English. And it's not even broken English because in Spanish you say no, no video. And the word is video. No video, no video. That's what he said to me twice. Over there is the Templo Mayor ruins. Maybe you start seeing it a little bit now. Usually here, it's very early right now. It's only like 9 o'clock in the morning. But usually here there are a lot of shamans. I don't know if they're real shamans or just fake shamans, imposters doing their things. And they're here with the people dancing and doing their saumerio thing, their sage cleaning. And there goes the Metropolitan Cathedral plus this other cathedral next to it. I've been into the Metropolitan Cathedral, which is that one. And I've been into this, inside of this one too, but don't remember what this one's called. And this place, the museum is closed. This archaeological museum is closed. And they're building replicas of what the valley looked like, the Valley of Mexico, La Cuenca de Mexico. And right there, before all the construction and what Tenochtitlan used to look like right there. That's a whole replica, small little scale replica of Tenochtitlan and Tlatelolco. And there's a bigger one right there. And this guy that's playing music over there is called an organillero. And they always do this. It's been for a long time. And this is the Museum of Photographs, photograph archives. Ow, that's loud. If you want to see like the old photographs and everything of Mexico City and Mexico, that's the museum. So there goes the replica. And here is the old Tenochtitlan, the Templo Mayor ruins, right here. But it's closed. The museum is closed, but you can see everything from outside. Everything is viewable from outside here. And recently they covered that up because of the rain and whatever, but it's like a serpent or something. I don't remember what it was exactly. And then there's the other one over there. And that is like where they used to do things for the Aztecs, for some warriors' rituals. I think I read about that, but I might be wrong. You guys can look it up yourselves. And there goes the snake, the serpent. It was the entrance. This was all a big pyramid going up high, like the replicas show. And they've covered these others, which are also snake heads, the plumed serpent, like that one over there. and they've covered them up so the rain doesn't hurt them, and the moisture and the sun, all that battering them. All of this was the Templo Mayor area, but the Spanish came and destroyed it and used the material to build their own churches and whatever. So some of the churches around here that still stand today, some of the first ones were built using these things, and then they covered this up. It was then discovered that it was here, and then they uncovered it. I don't know how long ago. You guys do the research. So, what else? I'm gonna just keep telling you a couple of more tips while I'm here, and you can look at the background there. Travel warnings, yeah, make sure that you understand where you're going, anywhere in the world, not just here in Mexico, but anywhere in the world. And if you need to stay home, wherever you are, and save up a little more money, because you don't want to go through that hassle of having to deal with dirty hosts, inconsiderate hosts, with one bathroom shared situation with 4 people, and it's really uncomfortable to be waiting for the bathroom, and then you go in and then it's smelling like, ooh, and it's dirty and whatever, and then they come up with these other rules. Like I've heard that some of these hosts on some of these sites, platforms, then when you get there, they start asking you for some different money, additional money, and I've read it in the comment section of some of those sites that the host started charging the person some additional money that was not specified or asked for in the description of the place of the stay, of the location, and the person was angered by it and didn't pay, and then the host gave them a hard time or whatever, and stuff like that made their life difficult. So guys, take these things into consideration and stay maybe at home 2 or 3 more months and save a little more money, a little more patience, like the Guns N' Roses song, just a little patience, and that's it. And that way maybe you can just have a better experience wherever you're traveling to in the world. I know that I'm going to do that after I return home to Colombia, before I go out on another adventure. I don't know how that's going to roll, but I'm going to stay there and make sure I have enough money, more than enough money, to just get my own place, my own room, private entrance, everything, not have to see the family I'm staying with if I'm going to use those sites, or if not, then I'll just stay in hotels. Like a place in India, it's beautiful. You can just arrive there without a booking, and that's it, and just walk around and see what place gets you really like vibing, like, oh, I like this place. And you can always ask to see the room, see what the water pressure, the water pressure, I forgot about that. Like the shower, the water pressure sucks where I'm living. It sucks, it's a trickle. And plus the shower head is low, and I'm tall, and the shower head is about this high, right? And I have to duck and go in. That's very uncomfortable every time I take a shower. And the pressure is low. These things suck, especially if you're a tall guy. If you're not that tall, if you're a short dude or a short gal, no problem. But the water pressure, come on. We want a nice water pressure so we can feel we're getting all the lather, all the shampoo out of our hair, all of the conditioner, things like that. What else am I missing here? I was saying that Tepito's that way. You just walk that way straight 7, 8 blocks, I don't know, 10 blocks, until you come to a big avenue, and you're going to see a lot of informal street business going on with the little stands and everything. All of that informal. And with that, why is that doing this? Okay. Just be sure that when you go that way, if you go for 5 blocks, it's still no problem. After 5 blocks, it starts to become a problem. 5 or 7 blocks, it starts to become a problem. If you go behind this way, in that direction, like 2 blocks, like over there where that dome is, right behind there, that's where I had the problem about a month and a half ago. And anywhere beyond there, it's just, they're going to come down on you like white on rice, like flies on poopy loopy. Okay, that's it. It's a long thing. They give you things. If you have any questions about this, if you like the video, it's a long one, but it's important for travelers that are traveling around the world, not just in Mexico, but anywhere. Mexico is awesome. I love Mexico. I'm really happy I came to Mexico. I've made a lot of new friends. Mexican people are very cool in general. There's a lot of good cuisine, a lot of stuff, and you gotta do this for, see, they're very nice. They're very happy people. And Dia de los Muertos is coming soon. So you should check out Dia de los Muertos. You should come to Mexico for Dia de los Muertos and that's like November 1st and 2nd. But if you do the whole like 6-day experience in places like Guanajuato or San Miguel de Allende or Pátzcuaro, Janitzio or Tepoztlan, it's going to be awesome and unforgettable. And basically that. And if you come into Mexico City and you've got all the time in the world and you're not working like me, because I'm an English language teacher online, this is how I make my money to travel around the world. But sometimes it gets a little thin because I lose classes because I get paid by the hour and I'm a private contractor, basically. Not working for any company with a fixed salary, 12 months a year, no paid vacations, no health insurance benefits, nothing. Paid by the hour, that's it. I work 10 hours a month, I get 10 hours of payment. If I work 50, I get 50. If I work 0, I get 0. So basically that. So give the video a like, share with other people. It's a long one, but it's well worth it for you travelers. If you're not a traveler or a backpacker, then it doesn't work for you. For backpackers, just travel and don't make any bookings. Just get to where you're going and look for the hostels closest to where you want to be. And that's it. But if you're going to be in Mexico City, I would recommend 14 days if you're not working and you got 14 days off and you could do so much inside of Mexico and around Mexico City. So much inside of Mexico City, CDMX and all of that. So take care, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye. I was going to try to keep this video short, but no. Talking experiences, giving experiences, relating my experiences to you and everything. It doesn't happen in 7 or 10 minutes flat. And that's that.